Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Here is Małgorzata Gryz, representing the Strong Women in IT and the partner of the organization, together with Anita Kijanka, the founder and the president of the board. We are just about to start sharing our story with you, where this idea came from.
Yes, hello,
Actually,
hello.
Actually, this came from your voices and the interest in how we really did it together. The number of questions, your curiosity, not only, by the way, coming from our strong women in IT, but the outside world was so big in the last couple of weeks after we had published the report showcasing the strong women in IT representing 30 countries, that Anita and I decided to share our story with you. Tell you more about so-called kitchen of what we do and especially how we do. Share with you a couple of challenges that we go through on the way when starting the preparations for the report and the whole work on the report. And finally, last but not the least, being grateful to each and every of you, the strong women in IT, thanks to whom we exist, and our mission is rolling out to the world. So, with no further ado, I give the voice to the founder and my partner, Anita Kijanka, to start sharing her story from almost 7 years ago. How did she come to this brilliant idea of creating and shaping the strong women in IT? Anita, the voice to you and my curiosity again. I love hearing this story. And then we will continue. One last point before Anita starts. We encourage you to share your questions, to make your comments. We have quite a crowd, the global one, with us today. So be open-minded and be vocal.
Thank you, Gosia, and thank you everyone who is with us, and thank you everyone who heard about Strong Women in IT and was interested in how we started. And to be honest, it all started with a need because I used to work as a journalist, and many journalists later, when I started working in IT industry, they approached me and asked me whether I can help them with finding the right person, the right woman, to share her story in media, in newspaper, in different magazines, in portals, in radio as well. And also the same happens from events organizers, who also wanted to break the gap between how many women there were in the panel discussions during different speaking slots. And they also approached me because they knew that I'm strongly into women, that I'm strongly the advocate of communicating to women, to show their story, to show how they manage to combine private lives and working lives. And I still am passionate about their life hacks. So they all started with the idea and the need that there should be a place, a platform where all people can find this amazing woman that I know in one place. But on the other hand, I love data. And I am a scientist. I have PhD in social science. So I was strongly interested in not only presenting those women, but also showing who they are, whether they should graduate from polytechnics, technological universities, or how they be updated with the newest technologies. Because I knew from private discussions that this is a challenge for them, how they learn about all the things that are around us, how they spend free time to relax, to find this balance, this blend between private lives and professional life, what they read, what they listen to. So with those needs, I created Strong Women in IT, where everything was designed with how women think. So on one hand, we need to be seen, so we can nominate someone whom we really admire. On the other hand, someone who is self-confident and she knows that she should be presented, should be seen as strong women in IT, she can simply apply. So everything when it comes to strong women in IT was designed to help find the right women in this report. And this is exact. And the first report was like paving the ways, show looking for the right communication, the right design, like this navy blue and gold. It was everything about how we should communicate it to attract professional women at the top, because everyone knows that they are super demanding on one hand, but on the other hand, it's not so easy to find time for them to join the report, to answer the questions, because we knew from the beginning that we don't want those women to pay for this title. We didn't want to have a competition who is best, but we wanted to show simply because we wanted to acknowledge them. We wanted to show them without grading who is better. And one more important thing was to not creating areas where men are excluded, because we wanted to inclusive as well men in our report. So if you look back in our jury members, there were men and women, because we strongly believe that we are not about creating areas dedicated only for women, because we at homes we have fathers, brothers, sons, partners, husbands. So it is artificial for us. It is unusual to create space just for women. But the idea of the Strong Women in IT was to show women who are sometimes so busy, so taken by their to-do list, that they simply forgot about their personal brand. But on the other hand, younger women, sometimes at the same age, but willing to join the same path, wanted to learn from those women, also need like support and empowerment that they are able to do this. So,
Anita,
yeah,
I know you could, with your open heart as the founder, you could talk for ages about this, but there were also a couple of other questions that we promised to answer to our audiences. And as we agreed, we need to continue, and I'm
yeah, but
sure there
one
will
more
be
thing.
other occasions.
Yeah, but I just wanted to finish this first report, because this first report gave me wonderful people around me and gave me Gosia that is here with us. That's why when someone says whether strong women in the IT is about networking, absolutely yes. So that's why what I wanted to start. So Gosia, please continue. I just wanted to share and express that the first edition of report gave me you as
And
one of the biggest, let's say, awards for the first edition of this report. And thank you so
actually,
much
this
for your
this is ladies and gentlemen, how we started together. You should know that my story was on my name, and the story was nominated by two amazing women I worked with in the past. It was Anita, I think, back in 2019 when we met. From the very first moment, this energy was positive. I really, until today, I will never forget and will always show my gratitude to the two ladies whom I still greet and love. Um, they decided to nominate my story. When Anita looked at it together with the jury, they said, this lady fits us well. That's how we started back in 2019. This was an amazing moment. I was really happy, though, as Anita mentioned at the beginning, wasn't so sure that my story is so impressive enough to be there. But finally, after some discussions and the jury's decision. Yes, my story was shared in the report of 2019. Then Anita was in the moment. I was leading an IT business. I was the COO of the company, the growing data and analytics business, being surrounded by amazing women and men, customers also around the globe. And looking at my story, Anita, as the founder, wanting to expand globally, she said, "Why shouldn't she become my mentor?" Anita
Yeah.
sent me a message. Again, I will never forget. These are the moments in life that you never forget. She sent me a message. It was a really very touchy message. And this is how the whole thing started. There was already a team under Anita. We were really crossing our roads, not only through the mentoring. I remember Anita also interviewed me first personally in a really cool studio. By the way, both of us today are greeting you from our Warsaw studios. Then we had a really inspiring meeting. This was Anita as the founder, two other strong women in IT, Kasia and Monica, I think, with also one of the journalists. By the way, I think he's still around, Anita, isn't he?
Yeah.
Close to us. I think it was Rafał.
Yes.
And this is really how it started. I was thinking that over my 50, I had a dream, not being really Martin Luther King, but I really had a dream that over my 50s, I would love to do something in scale and enter the opportunity of a mission for building a more equal and fairer world. The moment came when, after 6 years, I decided to make a jump start into my future. It was 2.5 years ago. Anita came with a proposal that I'm joining Strong Women in IT as her partner and the board member, joining the amazing team of women of a different age. We are really cross-age team, starting from 25 plus, going through 56 plus. And we didn't say yet the last words. As Anita stated, and we are really proud of this, we never exclude men from shaping a better world. We have them in both our advisory board, so we have a parity there, 2 women extraordinary and 2 men extraordinary. Our jury is also composed of women and men, because we believe in the synergies instead of a fight between women and men. We had already on board qualified and talented team. So that's how it all started. But the thing is that you could invent the best business concept in the world. But if you don't have your mission set up right, if you don't have your values set up right, if you compromise on your values, you will never be successful. So today, we are so proud to say that these are the hottest news. Our reach, global reach, grew up from 4.3 million last year to 6.1 million globally, growing biggest way in the United States, Germany, Ireland, UK, India. And this is really a rolling stone. But the thing is that each of you, the strong women in IT, and your stories make our life shine. Your stories are so amazing. Your knowledge is so inspiring and giving the hope for others. Your braveness ladies in what you do and how you do, and how open you are in filling our questionnaire and then sharing your stories with us, gives us an adrenaline to work every day. Now I give the voice to Anita, asking her the question which I really love asking when we are sometimes being interviewed or discuss with the people who are close to us. Anita, if you created, when you created your startup these 7 years ago, did you ever consider that the reach of the organization you shaped with these amazing women stories will stay at the level of 6.1 and growing every week? How do you look at it today, looking back at how you started? That's a serious question.
Serious, but to some extent, I still cannot believe it. Yeah, because this year is like about reflection, where we are with Strong Women in IT, where we want to go. Because I am super grateful and happy that so many women, because already we have more than 700 women globally with the title of Strong Women in IT. We have amazing partners, we have great team, and as they say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, find your team, find the right people. And I think that we are now, Gosia, with the moment when we have the right people with the right values, the right attitude to go even further. But when I think about in the past what happened, yeah, no, I've never thought about it. And because every report, every edition of this webinars, these meetings were like just excitement, and I was concentrated on the moment when I was. So I was in the moment doing the job, and I hope that it will have the best results I could ever, deliver. And suddenly we are here. So yeah, so I was hoping, I was dreaming about, being global and hoping for being as big as possible with the amazing women I now are our partners, our friends. And 7 years ago, I was dreaming to just hope to have them in my network. So suddenly they have the title of Strong Women in IT. They believe in our mission. They associate, they see that this is also their mission right now. So absolutely, I'm grateful, happy, satisfied, and excited about the future.
Yeah, about the future. Uh, when we go through our discussions while preparing for the presentation of the report, just to remind you, our report is being shared with the world every second year. In the last one, we showcased 231 women representing 30 countries. This is our record ever. And every time when we discuss about the strategic context, Anita reminds all of us that this is a global concept. Polish ladies who are engaging in international society to go together and make a step change at the market. This is really something extraordinary for us, and we are really proud of this. But at the same time, we are very conscious about not to be too satisfied with what we have, because it's still so much to do for all of us. To give you some facts and figures and some data points, 12 points, more than 12,000 data insights has been analyzed by our team, led by an amazing woman, a very talented one, Justyna Burkhardt-Sołdyga, and her team, Ola and a couple of others. She's been working on the analysis based on your stories in a very systemic way. anonymizing your names to prepare everything from the data points and the categories we look at. We then produce the huge file, as you may imagine, with all of the analyzed data and inside context. Justyna shares it with our jury, who have got like 2 weeks or 10 days to look at these anonymized stories, ask their questions, put their attention to the ones they love especially or have got some doubts. Then there is a meeting with our jury, and please go back to our page. You will see all of their names. These are amazing she and he leaders. On the way, we also have some consultations with them when ourselves we have some questions on that or doubts about the profile of the woman we see in the story. And this year we got 407 nominations. We accepted 231 amazing women to the report. But even the ones whom we had to thank because they don't meet the criteria or there are other reasons, each and every of these who shared their stories with us, even if today they didn't get into the emblem of the strong woman in IT, you ladies are super important to us and you enhance our community. We also agreed that it's moment today to share with you a couple of challenges that we had on our way, except from the huge work which was done by the analytics team. We also were going through the challenges with some pressure from the companies who nominated the women that we cannot accept in the report. There were a couple of really pressure moments on us. We had emails exchanges or even a number of online discussions explaining why a particular story cannot be accepted to the report. So this is one of the context of the values that we are so strong on. If we clearly set the criteria, we are going through a number of discussions with our jury. We cannot change the rules of the game because the pressure is coming from outside. There is one more thing which we were confronted with this year for the first time in our history. And this is already my second report that I have been with the team in my role. This was a shocking factor to all of us on board. We will never disclose the name of the company or the people, but guess what happened? There were a few nominations coming from the International American Corporation, strong in technologies. They nominated a couple of really talented women. We made all of the analysis, the solid one as stated before. After the discussions with the jury, these two names of these amazing women were accepted by the jury. And based on the professional approach, our team sent out a congratulation message, as you usually get from us, to these women. What happened next? A few days after, an HR person, actually an HR leader from this US-driven company, sent us a message that they are considering to withdraw these two amazing women from the report because of the act of Mr. Trump, who is challenging the status quo of the organizations who showcase the women's stories instead of showcasing the men's stories. This was quite a shock and a cold shower to our team, but we are a super professional organization. We did it in a super professional manner. We gave our story, our mission, showing that we never ever excluded men from shaping a better world, but also equipping this particular person and her organization with the details on the data points, which means if you only look at the number of women in Poland who entered the highest levels of leadership in the IT tech organizations or the other ones, other industries, with their technology context, just in Poland, it's only 14% of the women who are keeping these highest levels and 86% of the men. If you look into the global data, only 22% globally are women, the rest are men. If you use your data points in a professional manner and also add a component of equality, which we are still so far away globally from in the IT context, we got the answer, which was the only one which we could accept the day after, that after our explanations, they changed their mind and they are keeping these two amazing women on our report. We decided to share this story with you because probably you would never consider such a thing may happen. They do, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to deal with them. Now, going voice to Anita, giving the voice to Anita, with what was the biggest surprise, Anita, in this year's report for you that you'd like to share with the audience as the founder who started small and now is going big?
I think that there were few things that surprised me, but still, to our listeners, if you have any questions connected with how we organize the report, don't hesitate. You can just ask us. This is the moment to ask those questions. So one of the aha moments when we started to prepare the report was about the answer to the questions that our Strong Women in IT gave. Because you have to remember that we have to design also questions and think, and there are really vivid discussions what we should ask this year in this edition about our Strong Women in IT. So probably there were two answers to the questions that I was surprised. So one was this connected with wages and the perceiving of how is the balance between payment and salary raise or lack of raise among Strong Women in IT. And the other was connected with how Strong Women in IT see their role in the technology change around the world, and how tired, exhausted, connected with the changes we see in the world they are, with being up to date. So that was one thing connected with the questions, and another that I was super happy and proud of. And I think that we really did a good job connected with the report, was when so many companies promoted their employees, their leaders, on their LinkedIn and in social media profiles, showing that they are proud that so many wonderful women from the organizations are in the report. So you can imagine that, okay, I can show I am one of those. But if such a huge corporations show on their LinkedIn profile that they have 10, 7, 5, 14 women from the organization in this report, that shows that we are not only important for those women, but also for those organizations who see that this is, I hope that we are the organization that there is something more than just women, that we show who they are, that we show the leaders, inclusive leaders, who are shaping the way we see technologies nowadays. So I think that this is the two things that I was surprised. How about you, Gosia? What was the surprise for you?
And I want to thank Amal. Amal, I saw you highlighted that the story was an eye-opening story. We decided that we are the brave community, right? And we decided that we really want to share it with you. No names of the companies, of the people, but we really wish that you know what's going on uh, outside of your eyes, what you don't see, but we feel, we go through, we are confronted with. And we believe this is one of the gifts that we give you back, to appreciate that we built this better and fairer world together. Now, going back to Anita's question, what was my biggest eye opener? These contexts of 41% of the inequalities of salaries in the corporations, and still 46% of inequalities of wages in the startups and innovation hubs was also the biggest surprise for me. Honestly, I thought I've been in this industry for the last 24 years. And I didn't consider that the gap or the perception of the gap is still so big. So, ladies and gentlemen present with us here, there is such a big way to go. The next thing which is coming to my mind, but it's not a surprise, it's the reflection that still, this is a great thing for us. 30% of the nominators are still the men. That's why we are so proud that we invented our journey and our mission based on two aspects. No exclusion, which means that we showcase amazing women's stories, but we never exclude men from being present with us, making the world fairer, and taking accountability for building these equalities. That's number one. Number two, we always say, from actually many years, even if I wasn't the board member and one of the co-shapers, stronger together. Why do we bring this context to the table today? We have our global partners. Anita already so well stated, as we say, stolen with pride, that if you really want to go farther and have a great success, you need others to support you. This is a moment for us to say again, huge thanks to the partners who support us, who believe in our mission, who combine the inclusive leadership with the technology context and make the story out of it for their global growth. Just to remind you, there are 5 amazing companies exactly. Thank you so much, Justina. I'm sure she's, by the way, on top of her duties, she's also a great producer of all of our webinars and podcasts. This is BNP Paribas, UiPath, HP, UBS, and Gessel as our strategic legal partner. We also have our jury, amazing 10 people representing different continents, who do their job with us pro bono, and our advisory board, who does their work with us pro bono. You should also know, and we have never openly shared it yet so broadly as today. We were supposed to have more than 100 people with us, so I'm pretty sure we have at least 70%, and you will also be able to listen to our story through the podcast. None of us, Anita and I, are taking the salary from our business foundation. We purposely, of course, we have to, and this is we cannot run away from this. This would never happen. We are rewarding our team members, but 2 of us decided that every cent we get from our partners is being shared to go global, to expand, and to grow. This is our gift to each and every of you, and I want to stress that we would never take a cent from our strong women in IT to become one of us, because that's how the rolling stone and change is going. Of course, each of us is the entrepreneur. We are working on the other side of the coin. Here, this is how it works. This is more or less our story from this year. I will give a voice to Anita to share the last outcomes. I will add a couple of points prior to the closure, but you may be sure that whatever we do, we never break the rules and the promises which we gave a few years ago as the core of our mission. We are engaging amazing people to help us build this whole thing. And our story is really going today in 30 countries globally, which really is showing that the hard work, the mission, which is the first one, technology as a connector, not the one which excludes the people, is helping us grow and change for the better. Anita,
Yes.
the last couple of points on your side that might really give the interest to our audiences, and then we will slowly be going to the closure.
So I think I have 3 points that I want to mention. First is, if you haven't downloaded the report yet, please do this and read the analytical part of it. Think about yourself. Do you find yourself in this data or not really? If yes, you can approach us, you can write a comment on it and share how, because there is not many data connected with women in tech at C-level. I think that we are the only one globally. So please analyze, think about yourself, think where are you in this moment. Think that you are not alone probably with the same issues, things that happen around technology. So that's one thing. Another, later you will find 231 women who are in this report with this title. Look at this,
This
at the
year,
bio.
this year.
This year, absolutely, this year. And look at the bio, look at who they are. Maybe they are women with whom you can work. Maybe they are women that inspires you and you can, connect on LinkedIn and think about maybe a chat, a virtual chat. And maybe this is the beginning of the great cooperation and maybe mentoring, and like we with Gosia, a business partner that you can find with this report. So think about those women and simply connect together, because I strongly believe that this is the wonderful tool that we are giving to you. And the third thing is, definitely watch what we are sending you via email, watch our social media channels, because we are not stopping and we have something ahead of us. And absolutely we will have some webinars, because still our goal is to show the expertise of our strong women in IT. So our webinars is one of the tools to show how great knowledge and experience our strong women in IT are. And of course, business partners and men that support us, because we also invite men to our webinars. So definitely watch the webinars. Even maybe there are some webinars that we had in past and can answer to the questions you already have, because we are like a think tank, an organization that is not about just promoting women. We are an organization about showing how the business in IT is done, what are the challenges, and also what the opportunities you can face in the future. So that's my, let's say, motivational end up of what I wanted to say. Use this report as a tool. Maybe in your business it can be useful. Maybe you can use it to check what our strong women in IT are reading, what they are watching, what they are listening, because I believe in life hacks and inspiration, and there is never enough of inspiration in IT.
I would add a few more points to the founders' context. The first one is Gandhi stated in his time that we are the change we wish to see in the world. When I look back into what we do and especially how we do, I think we are the change we wish to see in the world. We don't make easy compromises. We don't work with the companies who exclude women and other groups. This is what we promised to ourselves, our advisory boards, each and every of you as our strong women in IT, and hopefully the ones who are not yet with the title of the strong woman in IT, but will become the one in the future. Here is the advisory board. Monika Kordowska, Iza Tworzydło, Mateusz Majewski, Paweł Jakubik, all of the amazing players representing different parts and industries. Very close to us and also truly engaged into all what we do. You should also know that we help you shape the women chapters in the companies with purpose, not excluding the men. We use the data points to let this thing as a connection between inclusive leadership, technology, and amazing women's stories help us grow. And the last point which I really want to bring is that every week in the last month after we published our report, tomorrow, by the way, there will be the 24th of October, which means 4 weeks after we published our report, it was downloaded more than 1,300 times globally. There are more and more downloads going on the way. And I'm super happy that Anita encouraged you or empowered you to take it and use it for your purpose. But what we see really in the last couple of weeks, and I'm not really over exaggerating, we are invited to amazing conferences, discussions, empowerment meetings. By the way, I greet Software One and Microsoft. I had a pleasure to be with you on the amazing meeting. Anita is also going every day, and I'm again not over exaggerating. We are every day on the roadshow with the story of the amazing, fantastic women from across the globe, which means that we exist with purpose and that there is an interest of your stories around us. If you decide that it's a moment for you to engage us as your community partner into, or your partner into important topics inside of your organization, you know how to find us. Anita Kijanka, Małgorzata Gryz, Justyna Burkhardt. Drop us an email, drop us a message. We will never skip you. We will always go back to you. And now we are working on the program for a number of women whom we couldn't allocate into our report this year. We will tell you more when the moment comes, end of November, because everyone who shared her story with us, whether we accepted you or not because you didn't meet the criteria, is an important player in our community. Stronger together, making the world a better place to be, having more talented and impactful women on boards, not for the data itself, not for the parity itself, but for the voice of women to be heard in the business and technology space. If you look into AI, which is now driving our daily story at work and privately at home, we see that still there is a bias which exists because not enough of women have got a chance to work on it, to give the knowledge to the tools and to the systemic solutions. So we need more talented women, and our role is to show these amazing stories across the globe. Having said that, I really wish to thank you for everything you do for us, for being together, for your stories. As without your stories, we would never be able to run our mission. Thank
Yes.
you. Enjoy your journey. Stay healthy, and talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much.